Yair Rodriguez, man. I put on my story yesterday. Um, I was actually, I was actually like updating. If you guys don't follow me on Instagram, go follow me on Instagram. I don't know if you guys even knew. Oh yes, 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 yes. This is what I like to see. This is corny, bro. Now see again. Bro, why am I seeing this on my timeline? Not gonna lie, I never thought I'd see bruising or blood coming from Islam's face. Like, bro, come on, man. He's a fighter just like everybody else. It's like we put this invincible aura on these fighters, and if they get touched, we automatically think they're trash or they lose. And I don't know. I maybe I'm going too far, but it's like saying that is just putting so much pressure on a single fighter. Like he won that fight, he clearly did. But anyways, let's move on. I put on my story yesterday. El Pantera might be the best striker in the UFC pound for pound. Wow, there's a lot of views on my fucking stories, bro. Damn, people were on that shit, bro. But listen, Yair Rodriguez was probably the star of UFC 284. Absolutely wonderful, wonderful fight, wonderful performance. And I had predicted it too. Don't get it twisted. Let me put this clip from UFC 284. Let me put this clip from UFC 284 full prediction right now so you guys can see I've said exactly word for word what was going to happen. I've seen a lot of people say even like, oh, Josh Emmett should shoot a takedown on Yair. To be honest, don't sleep on Yair's Ju-Jitsu, bruh. If I don't know if y'all saw this, but against Ortega, what dislocated Ortega's shoulder was an armbar by Yair. Nobody's talking about this, but Yair is a fucking spider, a snake on the ground when it comes to jiu-jitsu. He always try to grab arm, legs, limbs, neck, everything that he can find, he tries it. Like I said, Yair's ground game is very, very underrated. So if Josh shoots some lazy takedown, I can even see a guillotine, a choke, an armbar, a leg lock, whatever. Yair is that special, man. Now, look, I know sometimes I just be spitting shit and, it could just be a coincidence. But I had seen that in his previous fights, that every single time the fight went to the ground, Yair's jiu-jitsu was like he was always trying to find something. He wasn't just laying on his back and just like waiting for the clock to run out for the round to end or, trying to get back up to his feet. He was really he reminded me a bit of like that Tony Ferguson back positioning. Like whenever he was on his back, he would try to find submission. He would be attacked. He would throw elbows. He would try to find any types of submission that he can find, even if that would just, get him up to his feet. So that was his best defensive tactics, was just being in attack mode all the time. And that's why I had predicted that, like, if Josh Emmett tried to shoot some lazy takedowns, I think Yair would find him in some chokes, armbar, leg locks. That's what I'd said. And it's exactly what happened. Yair completely battered him on the feet. It was a comprehensive beatdown, like I've rarely seen in the UFC. You know what I mean? Like, other than that first punch that Josh Emmett landed at the end of the first round, which obviously did some good damage on Yair. You saw Yair getting on the back foot after that punch. But other than that, he didn't land anything. He didn't touch him. Yair was rolling with every punches, slipping everything, seeing everything in advance. Josh, he made Josh look slow and old and not from that same caliber. It seems like Josh had that power, but he couldn't land it. And bro, Yair's kick was crazy, and I even put that on one of Full Violence IG post, that Yair versus Zabit now, looking at this fight, is even more of a dream fight for most people. I can't believe I forgot to put that fight in main channel video, 5 fights that, what was the title that slipped away between our finger. Yair versus Zabit was one of them, because, bro, that fight would have been actually banana. Would have been bonkers, I think would have been one of the most anticipated fights in UFC history, especially after we saw what we saw from Yair today, from his jiu-jitsu. When that fight was actually announced, Yair versus Zabit, a lot of people were saying that Zabit could control Yair on the ground probably. But after what we saw on the ground from Yair, it wouldn't have been as simple as that. And bro, both of their strikings would have been crazy. Now I know it's just a whole lot of what if right now, and we're just blue balling each other with that conversation. But there's been some rumors that Zabit might come back, and that still is my dream fight right now at featherweight, like over everything else. Zabit versus Yair would be just crazy. Now, Zabit has been gone for a little while. I don't know if he's the same, but that prime Zabit versus prime Yair is a fight that should have happened. And it could still happen, but we'll just have to wait and see if some rumors come down the drain. Zabit can come out of retirement. That would be crazy. But anyways, Yair versus Volk will be a great fight too. I just think Volk is a different dude, bro. Volk is a different dude. You know what I mean? So it's gonna be a different fight. We'll try to break it down and predict it when it comes to that. But I'm so happy for him. I predicted it. I wanted it to happen, and I'm so glad it did. Yair is a fucking ninja, bro. I called it. It's a Mexican ninja. Did you see the kick he threw? Bro, the first body kick he threw on Josh Emmett, it crippled Josh Emmett. You see Josh Emmett fold, bro. You see him fold. It was absolutely crazy. And yeah, Josh Emmett is a tough dude, but I called it. There's nothing he can do, other than land that big overhand right. If he doesn't land that to knock Yair down, it was going to be over. So I think the problem was when Yair landed a few body kicks, you saw Josh kind of start backing away. And as soon as Josh starts to back up, it's over. The fight's over. The only way Josh would have been able to win that fight is with pressure, is with relentless pace, pushing, forward the whole time. That's the only way he was going to win that fight. You couldn't just back off and try to, play kickboxing and play that tippy-tap game with Yair Rodriguez. It was not going to happen. So I think he felt the power of Yair, and then he realized, okay, this is a different ball game, because he's not just fast. He's not just like, extremely athletic, and with unique kicks, he also possesses a lot of power himself. So that's what you have to do with a power puncher like this. You have to show him that you possess power as well to make him back off. And once they're on the back foot, it's going to be difficult for them to land that big overhand, because you can't generate the same amount of power when you're off the back foot. When you're on the front foot, you can generate more power. You control the distance. So yeah, he really neutralized Josh Emmett's attack after a few seconds. And like I said, he landed that one punch. But other than that, it was very dominant. It was very dominant. So Yair Rodriguez is perhaps the best striker pound for pound in the UFC. And Ju-Jitsu wise, extremely underrated. Don't sleep on Yair Rodriguez Jiu-Jitsu, bro. Don't sleep on it.